Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play game 120 from the 1978 Red Sox replay using Strat-o-matic baseball. It's game 3 of the series between the Red Sox and the California Angels. Red Sox going for the sweep of the series and for their 5th win in a row. They're currently just 2 games behind the Milwaukee Brewers as Milwaukee has lost 2 in a row. Yankees are 1 game behind, so a very tight race in the AL East. On August 17th of 1978. Yesterday was August 16th, which was my birthday, when I turned 11. And so this is a game, obviously, from the day after. Red Sox actually won this game 8-6 in real life. So if the Red Sox can get a win in this game, and hopefully Milwaukee lost, so they can pull to within a game of the first place Milwaukee Brewers. And if the Yankees can win today, which I'm not sure exactly what they did, I think they can pull within. I think that includes today's game for the Yankees, so they can pull within a half game if they can get a win and Milwaukee loses. Actually, not sure exactly. We'll check the standings right after this. Again, I'm not sure if Milwaukee is playing today. I think one of the teams might be off, but we'll check it afterward. I know it's a close race. Let's just say that. All right, so let's play some ball here. And we did try to play some some out-of-the-park baseball from our play-along series, but we're having some issues with out-of-the-park baseball. Some of the same issues as we had before with out-of-the-park baseball 18 with the picture loading stuff. We've disabled all the everything on the face gen stuff, and it's still not loading the pictures into the game, so not a huge deal there. But also too, I did notice we're having some graphical issues with the interface, and the flight of the ball and the animation stuff is not working as it should be, and players on the screen are not. It's just some weirdness. I don't know if it's just because it's the Origin out of the park baseball, or if it's the actual out of the park baseball something on the game. I don't know. A lot of people seem to think it's Origin because a lot of people have issues with Origin. I haven't had no issues with Origin up until now, so I don't know if it's them or not. But anyway, I'm going to continue to try to play it through them because I got it for free basically on that, and I really don't feel like paying for a full price game right now, where I have plenty of other games that I enjoy. Not that I'm not saying I don't enjoy the out of the park baseball. It's just that I don't know, I just seem to have issues with it, so it's just maybe not meant for me. Anyway, like I said, there's plenty of other games out there which I think do just as good a job, if not, in my opinion, a little bit better. But anyway, here we go. Let's play some ball. Mr. Brody is in his co-seat with Purple Dinosaur, and let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
So, all right, so let's play ball here. So it's going to be Don Aase, the former Red Sox, on the hill for the California Angels. So he'll be going up against a Red Sox lineup, which is as follows. Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will hit first. Jerry Remy, the second baseman, bats second. Jim Wright is your left fielder, hitting third. Kai Yastrzemski back in the lineup after quite a few days off. It's good to see him back there at DH. Carlton Fisk batting fifth behind the plate. Gary Hancock is the center fielder, so I guess Fred Lynn has a day off today, so Hancock will be in center. Dwight Evans is the right fielder hitting seventh. George Scott, the first baseman, hitting eighth, and Butch Hobson, the third baseman, will hit ninth. So that's your Red Sox lineup against Don Aase. Behind Aase, it's going to be Rudy in left, Miller in center, and the ex-Red Sox, and Bostock in right. Overall, a very good defense in the outfield for the Angels. Rick Miller with the best range with a 1. Excellent range. Rudy and Bostock above average. Very few errors among them. Miller with the best arm in center. Bostock with above average arm in right. And Rudy with a slightly below average arm in left. In the infield, it's Lansford, Chalk, Rich, and Baylor. Lansford and Chalk average on the left, although Chalk will commit quite a few errors at shortstop. Lansford somewhat error-prone at third. Gritch and Baylor on the right side of the infield of the below-average range, and Baylor has a fairly high error rate at first base. Behind the plate, Downing average range, below-average arm, but very short-handed. Don Aase average range. Very good at holding base runners on at a -3, and somewhat error-prone with a 24 rating. So Rick Burleson steps up to the plate. Actually, let's look at Don Aase's number first. Don Aase very close to his stats for the season. 10-9. He was 11-8 in the actual season with a 4.39 earned run average. 152 innings pitched, 181 hits allowed. 48 walks and 75 strikeouts, and has surrendered 13 homers on the season. Rick Burleson comes in hitting .265 with a homer and 37 runs batted in. And we have not played a game in a couple of days. We've been busy helping Mr. Miller move. Ended up being like a whole weekend adventure there on Saturday and Sunday, so we were not able to do any videos, but we're back here on Monday, April 2nd. So hope everybody had a happy Easter, or Resurrection Day as I call it. And we're back. So let's get it going here. So Rick Burleson, it's going to got a good pitch date here off of his card. So let's see if the Red Sox can start off with at least a base runner. And they do, as he singles into right field. Bostock will throw it back in, and the Red Sox have the lead runner on against Aase. So Baylor will hold them on. Corners are playing in against Remy. Remy comes in hitting .298 with 2 homers and 35 runs batted in. Oh, and this could be 2. Ground ball to Baylor over the second horn, bat to first, and they turn the 3-6-3 double play. So Aase very appreciative of that. So Jim Rice will come up with 2 outs and the bases empty. Average at .313 for the season, right where he should be, with 35 homers and 101 RBIs. Was able to get over the 100 RBI mark last game, when I believe he got 3 RBIs. So Rice in the box against Aase. And it's going to be off the 3 column. And he'll draw a 2-out walk. So it'll bring up the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski, back after quite a few days off. Comes in hitting .276, right where he should be, with 11 homers and 53 runs batted in. A little behind as far as the power numbers go, but average right there. See if he can keep the inning going. It's going to be off the 3 column, which is his walk column. And he will draw another 2-out walk. So Red Sox with back-to-back 2-out walks. We'll put a runner in scoring position for Carlton Fisk. Fisk comes in hitting .305 on the season with 15 homers and 65 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 4 column of Aase. And he'll draw a walk. So Aase with 3 straight 2-out walks loads the bases. So let's see if Hancock can take advantage of the bases being loaded here. Comes in hitting .241 with 2 runs batted in. Getting a start in center field today for Fred Lynn, who has a day off. And it's going to be off the 4 column. Oh, just misses that walk, and it's a strikeout. So the Red Sox can take advantage of 3 walks in the inning by Aase. But at least they got his pitch count up. So Jim Wright on the hill for the Red Sox today. He comes in with an 8-6 record. 450 chance to go above his season total of 8 wins. 455 earned run average. ERA about a run worse than his one for the whole season. 193 innings pitched, 127 hits, so he's already given up more hits than he has on the entire season in only 93 innings, so not very good from that standpoint. 24 walks, which is the total he had for the season. 46 strikeouts and 13 home runs, another problem there, the long ball. So the Anaheim California Angels lineup is as follows. Rick Miller, the ex-Red Sox, is in center field, he'll bat leadoff. Carney Lansford, another future Red Sox, played third base, hit second. Lyman Bostock, the right fielder, hit third. Don Baylor is your first baseman, batting cleanup. Joe Rudy, the left fielder, hits fifth. Danny Goodwin, the DH, hits sixth. Brian Downing behind the plate, hitting seventh. Dave Chalk, the shortstop, will hit eighth. And Bobby Grich, the second baseman, will hit ninth. Red Sox in the outfield are going to be Rice, Hancock, and Evans. Definitely not a very great defensive outfield, except for Evans, who it does have excellent range and a cannon for an arm. Hancock in center is average, as well as Rice. Hancock, the most error-prone of the 3. Hancock does have a slightly above-average arm, and Rice with an average arm. In the infield, it's Hobson, Burleson, Remy, and Scott. Hobson, a defensive liability with a below-average range and extremely error-prone. Rick Burleson, excellent range. Remy and Scott, average range. Fist behind the plate, excellent defender with an excellent range and above-average arm. And Jim Wright with a below-average range and slightly below average at holding runners on. Corners are going to play in for Miller. Miller comes in hitting .259 with 18 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's going to be a range check on Burleson. He'll get in front of it. And he'll make the play for out number 1. So it'll bring up Carney Lansford, third baseman. Comes in hitting .210 with 6 homers and 49 runs batted in. Wright looks in for the sign from Fisk. Corners are also playing in for Lansford. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's a ground ball to his counterpart. Hobson up with it over to first. And 2 up and 2 down for the Angels. That'll be Lyman Bostock. Comes in hitting .284 with 6 homers and 53 runs batted in. Already has more home runs than he did on the entire season. And it's off his 3 column. That's a ground ball to Scott. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side. So the Angels go in order in the first, and after 1 full, no score. Evans, Scott, and Hobson up for the Red Sox in the top of the second. Evans comes in hitting .251 with 19 homers and 67 runs batted in. Already has more RBIs than he did for the entire season. And he'll ground out the Chalk at short for out number 1. So that brings up the boomer, George Scott, .248 hitter on the season with 10 homers and 35 runs batted in. And he'll also ground out the Chalk. And Chalk erases him for out number 2. 2 outs and bases empty for Butch Hobson. .273 hitter for the season with 10 homers and 45 runs batted in. And that's going to be off the 4 column of Aase. And that's a fly ball at the center. Miller gets in front of it. Not many would get to that one. And except maybe his counterpart who has the day off, Freddie Lynn. And Miller will get to that one for out number 3. So the Red Sox go in order in the second. And after 1.5, it's Boston nothing, California nothing. Don Baylor will lead it off for the Angels here in the home half of the second. Comes in hitting .275 with 33 homers and 93 runs batted in. So his power numbers are right up there. Chance to break his home run and RBI totals for the season. And it's going to be off the 6th column of Wright. And just like that, he ties his home run total for the season. He puts the Angels on the board, 1-0. So it'll bring up Joe Rudy, hitting .262 on the season with 14 homers and 58 runs batted in. And it's going to be a fly ball to Evans and Wright. Should have this one. Oh, and Evans with a great catch there. But, oh, what happens there, though? It looks like he's going to crash into the wall. And he drops it. We'll just say he crashed into the wall. So Evans had that in his glove, but makes a rare error there. So Rudy will reach. Scott will hold him on. Danny Goodwin will single. He came in hitting 289 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. So that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. 1 run already in on the Baylor homer. Downey hitting 229 with 6 homers and 43 runs batted in. Oh my goodness. The Red Sox defense hurting him there. As Fisk throws the ball away. And 1 run comes in. Goodwin will be at third and Downing at second. So errors, all these runs are unearned. So Jim Wright's not getting much. Jim Wright not getting much defense behind him. So that'll put runners on second and third with nobody out still. Infield will play in against Chalk, who's a .267 hitter with a homer and 38 runs batted in. And that's a ground ball to Remy. And Remy fires to home and nails Goodwin going home to keep it a 2-0 game. So let's take a look at some scores. Detroit edging Cleveland 2-1. Toronto edging Milwaukee, which is good news, 1-0. I believe Milwaukee did lose this game on the day, but we'll check and see. Minnesota leads Kansas City 1-0. Texas leads Chicago 1-0. And here California leads 2-0. Excuse me. So Downing moves to third on the fielder's choice. Put runners at the corners with a 1 down. Corners playing in once again for Gritch. Comes in hitting .243 with 5 homers and 39 runs batted in. And Gritch will get a good one to hit here. But he'll miss it. Actually, he didn't even swing at it. They said he did check swing, but it was a strike anyway. So 2 gone for California. So Wright with a chance to get out of it with just 2 runs scored against them. And Chalk is unable to get a good lead. Means that Rick Miller grounded out his first time up. Oh, and he's going to hit this one. Hancock gives chase, but it's over his head. Downey will score. And I guess 1-17, 85% chance will stop the other runners from advancing. So a 2-run double by Miller will put California up 4-0. And that's going to be a base hit. Miller takes third. As Hancock gets it back in quickly. So runners at the corners. For Bostock, who grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit. So Miller trots home. Lansford to second. So 5-0 lead. As things got bad fast for Jim Wright. Couldn't remember if you could check the box score or not in this. Apparently you can't. Just checking to see what runs were earned and what runs were not earned. There's at least a couple of unearned runs in here. Possibly more. I think most of them might be unearned. It might be all of them except for the home run, I think might be unearned. So Don Baylor, who started this inning off with a solo home run, comes to the plate now. So the Angels have batted around. that's going to be a ground ball to Scott. And he will make the play to end the inning mercifully. But the Angels put a 5 spot on the board, as the Red Sox commit 2 errors and Wright gives up 5 hits. So there is action in the Red Sox bullpen. Wright actually only lasted 2 2/3 inning in the game, and Bob Stanley came in and finished it off. So nothing surprising here, although he did only give up 3 runs in the actual game. Actually, he may have given up less amount of earned runs when it all comes down to it, when we add up the totals at the end. So the Red Sox in an early hole here. For Rick Burleson, he led the game off with a single. And this time looks like he's going to get a double as he hits one into the gap. Miller has it. Actually, Miller reaches for the drive, and it's over his head. And Burleson will lope into second with a double. So good start for the Red Sox. Trailing by 5. Jerry Remy up now. 298 after the ground out. So he falls below 300 for the first time in a while. Grounded out his first time up. Oh, and he's going to get a base hit. And we're going to hold Burleson down by 5 and with nobody out. So runners at the corners for Jim Rice. So Rice with a chance to bring the Red Sox a little closer. He walked his first time up. Aase looks in for the sign from Downing. Checks the runners. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to Rich. Grich throws on and gets Rice. Burleson will score from third, so Rice will get an RBI. And Remy moves up to second. So that'll put the Red Sox on the board. Now a 5-1 game. As Kyle Yastrzemski comes up. He walked his first time up. And he'll fly out to Miller. See if Remy's going to tag here. No, too shallow. Even though Miller had to dive for that one. Remy decides to hold at second. So it'll be at Fisk, who also walked his first time up. And he'll strike out. The Red Sox get a run, and after 2.5, it's 5-1 California. So right back out there on the hill. That'll be up Joe Rudy, who reached on an error his first time up by Evans. And this time Wright will get him for out number 1. Danny Goodwin up now, singled off Wright his first time up. And he'll fly out the center, and Hancock will make the catch for out number 2. Brian Downing up now. Reached on an error by Fisk. And come around the score, and this time he strikes out. So the Angels go in order. It's just what Wright needed, and it remains 5-1 after 3. Hancock will lead it off against Aase. Struck out his first time up. Only one of 2 strikeouts on the day by Aase. That's going to be a range check on Bostock. Oh, and Bostock is unable to get to it. Drops in there. So Hancock on with a leadoff single. Going to bring up Evans, grounded out his first time up. And Evans with a single. We're going to hold Hancock at second. So Red Sox with the first 2 runners on. In the 4th, put runners on first and second with nobody out. And it's going to be a range check on Lansford. Gets in front of it. Oh, but he's going to boot it. Scoops it up, throws to first, and throw pulls Baylor off the bag, so that's going to load the bases with nobody out for Hobson. who flew out. Hobson representing the tying run. Oh, and Hobson's going to get a good pitch today here. Come on, 6. Oh, no, the only one we didn't want. And they'll turn 2. Hancock scores. But now with Evans moves to third, but now with two outs now. No RBI in the play. So it's 5-2 game now. Rick Burleson up now. He's 2 for 2 with a double. So Red Sox with a chance for a big inning. Possibly gone by the wayside. Let's see if Burleson can get his third hit of the day. He cannot. Strike 3 looking. The Red Sox chip away, and it's 5-2 now. Definitely Red Sox should have got a lot more out of that with the bases loaded and nobody out, but could not. So Wright's back on there for his 4th inning of work. Right up to 52 pitches through 3. Bring up Chaco, hit into a fielder's choice. Over to Remy with it, up first for out number 1. Bobby Grich up now, strikeout victim, his first time up. This time gets a hold of one to the opposite field, and that is a home run. So Grich hits his 6-6 homer, tying his season total. And the Angels now lead 6-2. So it looks like Zimmer has seen enough, as that's going to be the end of the day for Wright. And it looks like they're going to bring in Bob Stanley. So Stanley comes in here in the 4th, so an early day for Wright. And Bob Stanley comes in with a 3-3 record on the season. He was actually 10-1 at this time after this game, so definitely not feeling nearly as well this season so far. Does have 15 saves there, which is 5 more than they did in the actual season. 3.44 earned run average, 89 innings pitched, 107 hits allowed. So he's allowed a lot more hits than innings pitched. 18 walks and 26 strikeouts, and surrendered 3 homers. So he'll face Rick Miller, top of the order, to lead it off. 1 for 2 with an 2-run double in the 2nd. That's a ground ball to Remy, up with it over to first. And there's 1 gone in the Angel 4th. Sorry, 2 gone now. Carney Lansford up now, 1 for 2, off right. And that's a fly ball to right. Evans is there and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Angels tack on another run on the home run by Bobby Grich, and lead it now 6-2. So Jerry Remy will lead it off for the Red Sox. It would be Remy, Rice, and Yastrzemski if anybody gets on Fisk. Aase up to 73 pitches through 4, so he's not likely to go that much further into this game. So Remy 1 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be a fly out to right for out number 1. So Jim Rice up now. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Now it's a range check on Chalk. 1-4 will be a hit. Gets in front of it. And he will make the play to retire Rice. So 2 gone in the Red Sox 5th. That brings up the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski, 0 for 1 with a walk. And he strikes out looking. So it'll be him, Lyman Bostock, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Ooh, not the column you want to be on if you're a Red Sox fan. Come on, 7 or 8. 7, 8, or 12. No, 2, 7, 8, or 12. And does not get it, so Stanley gives up his first hit of the day. So that'll bring up Don Baylor. Don Baylor homered off right back in the second and grounded out also in the second as the Angels batted around in the second. The Red Sox did commit 2 errors, so it was not all Wright's fault. Oh, and again that 4 column off of Stanley. But this time it's going to be a ground ball to Burleson. Range check on Burleson. Gets in front of it. And see if he can turn 2. Over to Remy for 1. Back to first. And the Red Sox turn 2. So 6-4-3 double play. So 2 outs and the base is empty for Joe Rudy. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. And he'll line out to Burleson to end the inning. So after 5 full, it's California 6 and Boston 2. And it looks like the ballpark is sold out here tonight. Let's see if we can get an attendance. Not sure if they flashed it by yet. So a sellout game here at Anaheim Stadium. It's a good night for baseball, as it says here in the corner there. So Colin Fisk up now. 0 for 1. Walked in the first and struck out in the third. Aase up to 83 pitches through 5. Oh, and that's just past Gritch into center field. So the Red Sox with a leadoff runner on. There we have Gary Hancock, 1 for 2 with a single. Scored one of the Red Sox runs. And he'll get a good pitch to it here. And that's going to be a base hit to right. Fisk will motor his way around the third, so it'll put runners at the corners as Hancock gets his second hit of the day. So Dwight Evans up now. See if the Red Sox can take advantage of this. Singled his last time up, 1 for 2. Oh, that's a strikeout looking. Strike 3 called. So that'll be up to Boomer. George Scott reached on an error his last time up. 0 for 2 though, officially. Oh, come on. Anything but 6 or 12. Anything but 4, 6, or 12. Oh, and Scott gets a hold of one, and he booms one. So George Scott with a 3-run homer silences the crowd, and the Red Sox pull to within 1. So that brings up Butch Hobson after the 3-run bomb by the Boomer. So Butch Hobson up now. 0 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be it for Aase as his day is done. Al Fitzmaurice comes on in relief. Fitzmaurice 2-1 on the season with 393 earned run average. 34 innings pitched, 32 hits allowed, 15 walks and 9 strikeouts, and it's surrendered a home run. Here's the pitch to Hobson. And he's going to pop one up to Baylor. He's under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Rick Burleson up now. A couple of hits on the day. A single in the first and a double in the third. And he pops one up to Gritch, and that'll end the inning. But damage done as the Boomer hits a 3-run home run to pull the Red Sox within 1. It's now 6-5 after 4.5. 5.5, sorry. So Danny Goodwin, 1 for 2 on the day, comes to the plate. 1 for 2 off of right. And that's going to be a base hit to right. So leadoff runner on for the Angels. Scott will hold him on. Brings up Brian Downing 0 for 2 officially. The run scored. And he draws the walk, so Stanley gets himself in trouble here after the Red Sox pull within 1. Fisk goes out to talk to Stanley. Goes back behind the plate. Corners are going to play in. Expecting Chalk to bunt here. And fielded by Stanley, throws to first. So Chalk will get the job done. So they put runners on second and third with a 1 down. For Bobby Grich, who hit a solo home run his last time up off of right. Infield playing in, hoping to cut the run off at home. Stanley looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a ground ball to Hobson. Goodwin's coming home. Hobson goes to it and throws home and nails him. So a great play by Hobson the Fisk. Score that one a 5-2. So let's check out the scores from around the league, around the American League. Detroit edging Cleveland 3-2. Toronto on top of Milwaukee, which is good news, 3-1. Minnesota beating up on Kansas City 5-1. Chicago and Texas knotted at 3, and right here in California, California's still on top by a run, and the Yankees are off today, it looks like. So the Yankees will remain that game behind us. I think Milwaukee's results is already in. So let's see if the Red Sox can pull a little closer here. I believe to within 1.5 if they can get the win today. But they'll have to come from behind here as they're just down by a run now. So Rick Miller up now. Stanley hoping to get out of it without any damage. Keep this a 1-run game. Miller against his former teammate. Currently 1 for 3 with a double. 2-run double. Griff is off for the pitch. You know, we're going to try to... Ooh, they might be... I don't think they're going to try a double steal with Downing. So we're going to try to throw and get Grich out. We get a 45% chance here. And is on the money. This time Fisk makes up for his error and guns down Grich trying to steal. So the Red Sox get out of it. And it remains 6-5. So Fitzmaurice back on the hill for a second inning of work. Jerry Remy will lead up. Here, Remy, Rice, and Yastrzemski. Remy 1 for 3 on the day. Red Sox within 1. And Remy will get his second hit of the day, so good start for the Red Sox. Oh, and Fitzmaurice is horrible at holding runners on, so I think we want to try to steal with Remy here, try to get him in scoring position. Be a +7 for Fitzmaurice and +2 for Downing, so that will add 9 to Remy, so it will be almost out of, you can almost walk in there. So let's try to have him steal here. Oh yeah, 1-19 safe chance. Oh yeah, we're gonna attempt here. Are you kidding me? You can't. Still, we're gonna go with it. 70% chance still. Ah, man, and Remy's gonna get gunned with a 20 roll. Unbelievable. We had to try it with those odds. Definitely had to try it though. Ugh. So Rice will walk. Yeah. No guarantee he would have walked if Remy was still in first, though. So you can't always go by that. So Kyle Yastrzemski up now. Oh, Yastrzemski is going to get a chance here. Ah, another 20 roll. So the Red Sox not getting the rolls here on the split chances. So that'll be up 2 down now for Fisk. Fisk with another chance to redeem himself. Offensively this time. But pops it up. So the Red Sox do not score. And after 6.5, we had the 7th inning stretch here. The Red Sox down by 1. So let's go with the 7th inning stretch trivia question brought to you by Mr. Brody and Miss Mags and Purple Dinosaur. And let's see what it is. So who was Dick Groat's sidekick at the second base during the 1964 World Series? No idea on that one. So if you know, lock in your answers. Here we go. Dal Maxville. I do remember the name from having played some series in the 60s, but Dal Maxville is the trivia answer. So thank you, Mr. Brody, Miss Mags, and Purple Dinosaur for that one. And right here back in California, or in Anaheim Stadium, it's California up by a run. Stanley back out on the hill. Corners are playing in for Miller, who's 1 for 3 with a double. 2-run double, that is. And that's a line out to Remy, so 1 up and 1 down for the Angels in the 7th. Connie Lansford up now, 1 for 3 today. Oh, and he's going to get a good one hit here. But it's going to be right down the middle for strike 3. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Must have been looking for another pitch. So 2 up and 2 down. So Stanley has pitched well in relief. Has not allowed an earned run. Has given up a couple of hits, but overall pretty good. ERA down to 3.31 now. So Bostock up now with the bases empty and 2 down. He's 2 for 3. Did have a single off Stanley in the 5th. And it's going to be a ground ball to Burleson. Should handle this one. Gets in front of it. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll do it for the Angels in the 7th. So the Red Sox still behind by a run as we head to the 8th. And the attendance announced 43,366. And it looks like Ron Fairley is going to come in to play first in place of Baylor for defensive purposes. Fairley with an average range, but very short-handed with only an E3 rating. So extremely short-handed there. Gary Hancock, he's had himself a 2 for 3 day with a pair of singles. His last time, 2 times up. So Fitzmaurice back out on the hill for his, excuse me, 3rd inning of work. And he's going to fly out to right. So 1 down for the Red Sox. So it'll be up to Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans 1 for 3 on the day. And he'll pop up to Grich. So 2 up and 2 down for the Red Sox in the 8th. Comes the boomer, George Scott. He boomed one out of here his last time up, a 3-run shot off of Aase, which basically chased him from the ball game. So 1 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. See what he can do against Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice going to be very careful with him. Oh, come on, 5. Soft liner to Fairley for out number 3. So ahead to the home half of the 8th with the Red Sox still down by a run. Stanley back out on a hill. Fairley in getting his first at bat. Fairley with 268 hitter with 6 homers and 33 runs batted in on the season. And Stanley gets him. Stanley been excellent in relief, allowing only 2 hits in a little over 4 innings pitched. Joe Rudy up now. Oh, it's going to be off the 4 column. So that'll be a base hit. 3rd hit off Stanley. First hit for Rudy for the day. Danny Goodwin up now. He's 2 for 3. Oh, no. That's going to go into the corner. And we're going to throw home. We're going to throw for that lead runner. The Red Sox cannot get the roll. And that will score the run easily. It's now a 2-run game. So a big run there. Downey up now, 0 for 1 officially. So soft liner to Burleson for out number 2. Dave Chalk up now. And he flies out to right to end the inning, but the Angels tack on another run. And it remains, and now it's 7-5, so the Red Sox need to get 2 runs to keep this game going. And they're definitely going to bring in their closer here, I imagine. So Dave LaRoche closer comes in. He's having a fine season, 7-0 with a 1.86 earned average. So wow, way above his, almost a run better than his average for the ERA for the season. With he was 10-9 on the actual season. Already has 25 saves, so having an even better season than he did in real life. Only 52 hits allowed, 32 walks, and 63 strikeouts. And surrendered 6 homers. So Hobson 0 for 3 will lead it off. And let's see here. It's going to be a range check on on Downing. And he gets it and fires the first to retire Hobson. So 1 down in the Red Sox ninth. Brings up Burleson 2 for 4 with a double. Oh, come on, Burleson. Get on base. And Burleson's going to hit one over the head of Miller. He's at the warning track. He waits, and it's off the wall. So, tying run at the plate now. And Jerry Remy, he's 2 for 4 on the day. Remy, not very good against lefties. We're definitely going to take Remy out, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we're going to bring in... I can't bring in Lynn. He's not that great against lefties either. He's actually... Yeah, we can't bring in Lynn against lefties. We're actually going to... We're going to try to get to the... extend this inning here, and I hate to say it, but... Let's see what Duffy is against lefties. No, Duffy is not good. We're going to actually bring in Bob Bailey. He's got an excellent chance to get on base, so we're going to actually bring in Bob Bailey. See if he can get on and get the lead run up, the go-ahead run up to the plate. Yeah, we're going to do that. So Remy's going to come out of the game. Bob Bailey is going to pinch hit for him. Bob Bailey did pinch hit in the actual game and was 0 for 1. Let's see what he can do here against LaRoche. Oh, it's going to be off the 6, which is the best one you want to be on if you're on his card. And Bob Bailey comes through in the clutch. Cannot believe that. Wow. Burleson will hold that third, set up a runners at the corners for Jim Rice. And Bailey is going to come out of the game here. Definitely pinch run for him. Duffy, I think, is our best bet. Yeah, Duffy is 1 to 14. He's our best runner here. How about Lynn? Oh, Lynn's also 1 to 14. Now, if we bring in... We can do some kind of a double switch here. Oh boy, do we do that? Because if we bring in Lynn, we can bring him in for Bailey at running there, and then that's second base position. So then we'd have to bring in... Oh no, we want to bring in Duffy, because Duffy can play second base, I think, right? Yeah, 3E41, and what's Brohammer at second base? 3E27. I think we're just gonna bring in Duffy here to run. He's a little faster. So he'll come in to run for Bailey. Here we go. And then we'll worry about it later. But I think we're all set here. We can just bring in Brohammer because he's slightly better at defense. And yeah, we're good. Good with that one. Alright, so Jim Rice 0 for 2 with an RBI. Rice could put the Red Sox ahead with the one swing of the bat here. Rice 0 for 2. Let's see what he can do here against LaRoche. LaRoche looks in for the sign, and oh, come on. No! And Rice was going to hit into the 6-4-3 double play to end the game. Ugh. So believe it or not, Bob Bailey comes through, but Jim Wright cannot. Who would have thunk that? Kai Yastrzemski would have been up next. Wow. So the Red Sox winning streak is snapped. And a heartbreaking loss there. So the Red Sox fall now. So now another game behind their pace. They're now 71-49. So they're back to 5 games behind their pace. Had a chance to get within 1.5, and unfortunately now going to be 2.5 games. But no, actually, and we'll see. I think we'll see how many games they are behind after this. So Don Aase with the win. He's 11-9 now, with a 5 in a third innings. He did not pitch great today. 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and surrendered 1 home run to George Scott, 3-run shot. Chased him from the game. Al Fitzmaurice gets the hole, 2 2/3 innings, pitched really well, only allowing 1 hit, 2 walks. David Roche gets his 26 saves, pitched an inning, allowing 2 hits. Jim Wright with the loss, 8-7, 3 1/3 innings. He was the victim of some poor defense. Did give up 6 hits though, 6 runs, but only after the innings got extended. 6 runs, only 2 of them earned. No walks and 3 strikeouts, and did surrender 2 long balls to Don Baylor and his 34th, and Bobby Grich his 6th. George Scott was his 11th of the season. So for the Angels at the plate, Rick Miller 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Carney Lansford 1 for 4. Bostock 2 for 4 with an RBI. Don Baylor 1 for 3 with a solo homer. Ron Philly came in to play first and was 0 for 1. Joe Rudy 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Danny Goodwin quietly was 3 for 4 with an RBI. Brian Downing 0 for 2 with a run scored. Chalk 0 for 3 with a run scored. Bobby Grich 1 for 3 with a solo homer. So, player of the game. This one's a toughie. Definitely, I don't think we can give it to Don Aase. He just wasn't good enough, really. I don't know. That's a tough one. I guess I'm going to have to give it to Rick Miller. 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Not really much. It's tough. Tough on that one. That one was really outstanding, really. But I guess we'll give it to Miller. Yeah, we'll give it to Miller, I guess. Yeah, I think that was... Yeah, we'll give it to Miller. So, alright, so let's end the game here and check out the standings now. Good news is, though, Kai Yastrzemski's back and playing. So let's check out everything here. So yeah, 2.5 games now the Red Sox are behind Milwaukee. Had a chance to get within 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 if they would have won. Is that true? No, I think they would have been 2 games out. So they were 1.5, I think. Yeah. No, they were 2.5 to come, and they must have been. Yeah, because Milwaukee lost, so they stayed the same. The Yankees idle. Pick up a half game on the Brew Crew. So the Yankees now just a game out of first. The eventual division winners after the 1-game playoff with the Red Sox after 162 games. So with the win, the Angels pull to win a game within a game of first place as the Royals lost today. So a tight race in the AL East. So let's check out the next game. I think it's going to be the Oakland Athletics. The Red Sox will travel to Oakland. And let's see. Yankees are playing Seattle. And It looks like Milwaukee's playing Detroit, so let's play the day. Give you a little preview of that. So Milwaukee is going to lose their third in a row. That's good. Oh, the Yankees are win. So the Yankees are tied with the Milwaukee for first place now. The Red Sox will be 2 games out now, barring this game. So let's see what the pitching matchup is. Oh, Mike Torres, good. Mike Torres on the hill for the Red Sox. The XA Athletic against Steve Rinko, who would become a Red Sox in the future. So let's check it out here. So the Red Sox would win this game 6-3 in actuality. So hopefully they can continue. They can get that victory. And this is Torres. Torres in real life would win his 15th win. Get his 15th win to go 15-6. So let's see if we can. Just looking to see on here to see when Torres was an Oakland Athletic. Yeah, 1977, he was with Oakland briefly. And in 1976, he was full season, and then got traded in the middle of the season to the Yankees for the 77 season, where he finished the season at 17-13, going 14-12 for the Yankees. So in the Red Sox, he was 16-13 in 78 and 79. So we'll see what he can do here against the Oakland Athletics. So thank you for joining me and my co-host, Mr. Brody. We will see you in game number 121. The Red Sox try to get a little closer to the Brew Crew and the New York Yankees. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.